What if survival meant outrunning lions, dodging crocodiles, and marching nearly 500 miles across burning plains every single year? This is not a story of choice. It's a story of instinct, of survival written into the blood of millions. Welcome to the Serengeti, a land where life and death dance in an endless cycle. Every year the stage resets, herds move, predators wait, and the world watches one of nature's greatest dramas unfold. But make no mistake, this is no peaceful migration. It's a gauntlet, a trial by fire, where only the strongest, the fastest, or sometimes just the luckiest survive. The Serengeti does not forgive mistakes. For some, the trek means life renewed. For others, it is their last, desperate sprint into silence. Each year the Serengeti stirs with motion. Over 1.5 million wildebeests rise like a dark tide, joined by hundreds of thousands of zebras and gazelles. From a distance, they seem unstoppably, an ocean of hooves and horns stretching across the horizon. But behind this breathtaking spectacle lies desperation. They move north, chasing the rains, chasing the grass, chasing hope. With every stride, the dangers multiply. Hunger gnaws at the young, exhaustion drags at the old, and lurking at the edges are eyes that have waited for this very moment. The herds march under a merciless sun. By day, heat shimmers on the plains. By night, the stars shine over a restless silence broken only by the cries of predators. The rhythm is relentless. The weak stumble. The injured fall behind. And in the Serengeti, falling behind is an invitation to death. The Serengeti is not just grass and sky. It's a battlefield. Predators rise with the migration, turning the moving herds into a traveling feast. Leopards, masters of patience, crouch low in tall grass. For hours they stalk a single target. Then, in one devastating burst, they strike. A kill is dragged high into the branches, out of reach of rivals. For the leopard, survival is secrecy. Cheetahs are the sprinters, their bodies built for raw speed. In seconds, they unleash their power, streaking across the plains like living lightning. But even when they bring down prey, their victory is fragile. Hyenas appear, ruthless opportunists, and strip the kill away. And then, there are the lions, not just hunters but strategists. Working in groups, they drive herds into narrow corridors, trapping prey with precision. For the lions, chaos is a weapon. The panic of the herd becomes their greatest ally. And this war, no predator hunts alone. Even success comes at a cost. For here, every kill is contested. But the greatest danger isn't on the plains, it lies in the water. The Mara River is wide, powerful, and deceptively calm. On its banks, the herds hesitate. They know what waits beneath the surface. Ancient hunters, Nile crocodiles, silent, patient, and merciless. For hours, the river holds its breath. Then the first wildebeest leaps. Panic erupts. The herd crashes forward, a wall of hooves and bodies plunging into the torrent. Water explodes with chaos. Crocodiles strike, jaws snapping shut with a force 5 times stronger than a tiger's bite. Some prey are dragged under in an instant. Others fight, leaping desperately for the far bank. The water churns with life and death intertwined. Survivors scramble ashore, trembling, bloodied, but alive. Behind them the river swallows hundreds, and yet this is only one chapter of the journey. Those who escape the jaws of crocodiles still face the claws of predators waiting beyond the river. Not all battles here are about speed or stealth. Some are about sheer power. The African elephant, standing over 12 feet tall and weighing 6 tons, is both architect and guardian of the Serengeti. They dig waterholes when rivers run dry, carving life into the dust. They tear down trees, opening space for grass to grow, feeding countless smaller creatures. Without elephants, the plains would collapse. Yet even they are under siege. Longer droughts force them farther, competing for food with other giants. Buffalo herds move like armored battalions. Their horns are weapons, their unity a fortress. Predators think twice before charging a herd. But calves, stumbling and small, are easy prey. Hyenas circle, lions strike. The herd fights back with fury, yet the losses are inevitable. Strength may dominate, but it does not guarantee survival. In the Serengeti, even giants fall. Survival here is not only about strength, it is about adaptability. Hyenas are the ultimate survivors. With jaws that crush bone and clans numbering up to 80, they thrive where others fail. They hunt in shifts, chasing prey to collapse, or steal kills with brazen defiance. At night, under the cool darkness, they rise as rulers of endurance. Lions hold their thrones as kings, yet even kings face challenges. Hyenas contest every meal, testing pride against clan in brutal standoffs. Sometimes lions win, sometimes they do not. And then the cheetah, fragile, solitary, breathtaking, built for speed, not stamina. Every hunt is a gamble, a 20-second chase that decides life or death. Too slow, and hunger lingers. Too fast, and exhaustion threatens. A single misstep, and rivals swoop in to steal everything. Every predator here has evolved to survive, but every predator also knows hunger. But the Serengeti's greatest trial is no longer tooth or claw. It is change itself. For millennia, the migration has remained constant. But now, the seasons shift unpredictably. Rain comes late. Drought lingers, grasslands wither, waterholes vanish, wildebeest numbers fall, zebras struggle to reproduce, gazelles wander farther into hostile land. Human expansion presses harder each year. Villages grow, farmland spreads, fences cut migration, routes that once stretched freely across borders. Elephants raid crops, buffalo clash with farmers, and conflict follows. A 2024 study warns that over 20% of the Serengeti's grasslands could vanish within 2 decades. Without them, the migration collapses. Without the migration, the ecosystem breaks. The Serengeti has survived lions, crocodiles, and droughts. But can it survive us? And yet, amid the shadows, there is light. Conservation efforts are rewriting the future. Protected corridors now allow herds to move without barriers. Over 10,000 acres of degraded land have been restored, turning dust back into grass. The greatest success story may be the elephant. After decades of slaughter for ivory, their numbers plummeted. But new laws, tougher penalties, and relentless protection turned the tide. Drones now patrol the skies, watching over herds. Communities once in conflict now join in preservation. Since 2020, elephant populations have grown by 15%. These victories matter, not just for the Serengeti but for us all. For this migration is not just Africa's heritage, it is the planet's. It is proof of nature's resilience, and a warning of what we stand to lose. The Serengeti endures because millions of hooves still thunder across its plains, but the question remains, will we allow this story to continue, or will the silence of vanished hoofbeats be our legacy?